Build your own custom Mini ITX computer. Have you seen my video on building a custom Mini ITX computer from plywood and aluminum? I am going to show you how to make the most important part of the build today. Watch me create the backbone of this DIY case from 3/4 inch angle aluminum you see sitting next to it. Let's get started making the frame to build this Mini ITX computer. There are 4 rails made from 3/4 inch aluminum and 2 cross braces made from 1 inch aluminum. There are 4 threaded holes on this side of the cross brace to secure the frame. These 2 rails have holes and a slot cut out to mount the power supply. Here are 4 countersunk holes to secure the cross braces. These are machine head screws and motherboard offset screws. Each rail has 2 90-degree bends and threaded holes on each end to mount the top panel and the bottom panel. 2 threaded holes are drilled on this side of the cross braces to mount the motherboard. First, we are going to cut the 3/4 inch angle aluminum to a length of 11 11/16. Mark and start a cut on both faces of the angle. Use this as a guide to make a square cutoff. A 3/4 inch tab needs to be cut from each side. This did not complete the cut. Next, I have to cut a slot. I cut past the tab. You will see why later in this video. Now the final cut. File off the sharp edges. Mark the holes for the power supply and back panel. All the holes will be 7/16 of an inch from the edge. Each hole will be unique and serve a specific purpose. A center punch helps start the hole in the right spot. This first hole is a through hole to attach the back panel to the power supply. No threads are needed. Here is a close-up of the 3-in-1 drill tap and countersink. The second hole needs a deep countersink to accept a machine head screw. The machine head screw will secure the power supply to the rail. The third hole, near the top of the rail, will be a properly threaded hole, 6/32, to secure the back panel. Here it is, the rail with all the back panel holes drilled. Our next step is to form up the top and bottom mounting points. So this is the forming. Sticking with some basic tools, I grabbed a clamp, drill bit, and a crescent wrench. Bend the tab to 90 degrees. Look at that radius. Here goes the other side. You can see how the length of the rail is set, and the tab just needs to be bent over to match. The formed tabs need threaded holes to mount the top and bottom panels. I will mark the tab and pop it with the center punch, then drill and tap. You should mount this in a vise, but if you don't, make sure you have a good grip. The video here is at normal speed, so you can get an idea of the drill speed when using a drill and tap. Slow down before you get to the tapping. Next, the rail needs a slot to fit the outlet on the back of the power supply. This slot will be 1 inch by 9/16. Drill a hole to get started in a tight spot. This is it. Time to assemble the frame. I have laid out the 2 rails and cross braces needed to build the backbone of the frame. I need to mount the cross braces first to the rails. This is going to take 8 machine head screws. The machine head screw has an angle that fits into the countersink and lays flush with the rail. I put them in a little loose to make sure everything fits, then tighten it up. Flip it over and install the motherboard offsets. Just a bit past finger tight. Here's the motherboard. Turn the motherboard until the hole patterns match and the faceplate will be oriented to the front. Time to insert the motherboard screws into the offset screws. Here comes a power supply. There are 6 available screw holes. We will be using the 4 in the corners. I am going to install the 2 machine head screws through the rails into the back of the power supply. These screws will sit flush below the back panel. See how the power plug fits neatly in the slot? The 4th rail goes here. 4 screws for the bottom panel. Four screws for the top panel. Front panel. Attaching the power button. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then click like and click the link below to watch my full build that shows all the computer components I used and how the woodworking was completed. I really appreciate feedback, so remember to leave a comment in the comment section. Build your own custom Mini ITX computer.